Hello my friends, welcome to Monster Morph episode 103. In this episode is the entire morph breakdown of the Bad Blood skill from the Archchamberate Nu Udra. Fortunately, today we have in East Germany the Reformation Day. This is a Protestant Christian holiday. And yes, thanks to Martin Luther, I could record this video this early, otherwise I had to go to work and it wasn't possible, so I had to do it at the weekend. But yeah, so pretty glad I live in East Germany, and yeah, in West Germany they also have a similar holiday, but they are most like Catholics and they having at Saturday. So yes, we get pretty glad, and this video took me like a lot of time. I don't know, like half a day, so I'm working since morning on this video. And I also really looking forward to show you the new set, not this one from Morph episode 101, because I figured out, I found a build which has a little bit better quality of life skills and also does more DPS than the from episode 101. First of all, for you interested, this video may be also interested for non-SwitchX users, because the Bad Blood skill, like I can show here, provides a flat bonus damage type upon activation, regardless of weapon type. So maybe you can also use, if Counter-Strike is an important skill for you, you can also watch this is also interesting for you. So maybe I didn't put the SwitchX icon in the thumbnail. Currently not really sure about this, but I'm showing you a SwitchX build, so we will see at the end. Yes, we're using Ardian Elemental, Fire, SwitchX, Space calculation weapon with 28 element, and also a Power Prolonger 3 charm. You can also use other charms, but I personally feel really comfortable with the skill, and hence we didn't really use, or we didn't have a morphing playstyle. We didn't make any use of rapid morph. So I also want to explain the UDAT emojis. You can just have a look at the combination of the armor types, and then you can also choose the decorations as you want, so to make it a little bit easier for you. So that octopus emoji is for Nu Udra Gamma pieces, that onion is for Ozoshia armor pieces, that bolt for Raidao, that spider is for Omega, that wave is for Duna. It got removed, but you can also, there's also a set where you can use the Ufduna Lex, but I found a better one, so it's still in here, and the dinosaur for Lagiacros builds. So we're first of all having a look at the set bonus. So the picture which I already showed you, we have Bad Blood level 1 and Bad Blood level 2. So first of all, resentment has to be active, otherwise you didn't get that extra DPS. And also this extra DPS depends, or proc damage depends on the monster's hit zones. So there are 3 different type of hit zones, hard parts. So it's, yes, weak points, which is above a hit zone of 45, and also wounds. And I'm also used different multipliers for this skill, so I didn't use 100% weak points. I've decided to use 15% of the hits are hard parts, and also 85% of the hits are weak points, to give it a little bit more realistic value. So for example, for weak point it is 20 damage every 5 seconds, so it's like 4 DPS. But as I use different modifiers, I calculated like 3.55 DPS instead of 4 DPS. So to get very realistic values as possible. So much to the set skill. I'm not showing you too much in-game stuff, because didn't want to mess up the audio and other stuff. So as main skill I used Bad Blood 1 and combined it with other skills. Okay, first of all, we are using on every single calculation for the build. I forgot you also something to mention. Please always check out the spreadsheet for the most updated morph. And I also I forgot in the last video in episode 102 to mention that the DPS of the Thunderous War 1 Azure Bolt 1 set is 8.4% stronger instead of only 4% stronger, and the main reason was I forgot to toggle off the Azure bolt skill in the calculator. So in the last video the calculation was a bit wrong. It is 8.4%, so it's way stronger than we already thought. Okay, now you can see here the emojis for the different armor parts, and now first of all I'm showing you the fixed skills, which like all almost the same. It's like attack boost 5 and critical boost 4 on the weapon and the charm decoration. Power Prolonger 3 came from our Power Prolonger 3 charm, obviously. Maximum might is always used, maxed out at 85% uptime, and there's also a possibility to include quality of life improvements. So I use Divine Blessing for that skill, and also a weight extender on one specific set where we have a little bit more slottage, where I decided to not use Agitator 1 and lose like 3 DPS, or I don't know what it was, like 2 DPS or so, and instead use more quality of life skills. So mathematically that could be a little bit stronger, but I decided to use more quality of life. Yes, and also Resentment is on all builds level 5, hence we're using Blood set, and also Guts level 1. Yes, and for Bad Blood we're using like different levels. Also Burst is like always level 1, but on that one armor set, like you can see here, we're using 4 pieces of Nu Udra. Yes, there was like 1 additional on the armor set, and that's why it was like 2 levels instead of the other ones. Yes, like you can see here, there's a different combination of armor pieces. For the first set, I calculated for a 2-piece Nu Udra, 2-piece Raidao, and the additional skill comes from Omega Lex. This armor part was recommended by the set Searcher. So we're using for the first calculation, if you're going for maxed out latent power with 56% uptime, and on that set we also got 2 additional levels of weakness exploit. That is different to the other sets. Yes, like Raidao helmet, chest and gloves are from Nu Udra, the waist is from Raidao, and the legs are from Omega. And here at the bottom I included, I also going to colorize that a bit. I think that one looks a little bit better. And we are also going to colorize these ones here. Also with red tone, because it looks way more beautiful. Yes, and then here, as you can see, I've also included the uptime of Resentment, and also included additional different 80% 5 uptime of the soft hit zones and 15% hit zone of hard pots. And there you can see, as a reference, I used the 2-piece leggy, 2-piece Ray set I showed you in the last video, which has average DPS of 180.3. And with this set, it's pretty hard to catch up, as you can see in the graph later. It doesn't really catch up with the other set. I'm showing you this in the picture. Yes, this one. So I calculated for the set. As you can see, the purple line is the set from Monster Hunter Moth episode 101, and you need at least 75% uptime of Resentment to catch up with the other set. And you also have to take in consideration that you didn't have as much quality of life skills like in the other set, so it doesn't really make sense for me to use the set, to be honest. Then to the next set, which I personally think is like the best one. I'm also showing you a build at the end of the video. You're using here like burst level 1. We didn't use latent power, we entirely get rid of it because of the 2 leggy pieces. So it is leggy helmet, chest from Nu Udra, Ray Dao gloves, leggy Yakro's waist, and the legs are from Nu Udra, which I'm also showing you later in in-depth analysis. Weakness exploit uptime is 85%. We didn't have neither agitator or latent power, but instant resentment maxed out, and also weakness exploit is maxed out. We also have a weight extender on this set, and also Azure ball level 1 for additional 6% like affinity and 0.8 DPS. This is the base damage. You can see it is a lot higher than from the previous sets. Even with 0% of resentment trigger it still does like 12 DPS more and goes up with 100% trigger to 193.8 DPS. And if you're including the uptime of the damage procs, you can get up to 197 DPS, which I'm also showing you in this build here. Here you can see the main set I showed you, and the 2-piece Udra 2-piece leggy set is this blue line, which is like here, and you can see here it overlaps very early with the 2-piece leggy 2-piece Ray Dao set. I think it's like, I don't know, like at not even 5% uptime of resentment. This set will overtake the leggy Ray set, and you can see it's almost all the time, even if resentment is not triggered that much in that relation here. It is like, as you can see here at the axis, like still 10%, 10 DPS, or even up to more than 15 DPS stronger than the leggy Ray set, which is insane. So it overlaps very early here. Not even 5%. You didn't need even 5% uptime of resentment, so it's absolutely worth it to use this set. And I am also use the maxed out bad blood set. That means 4 pieces of Nu Udra, and for the head I used Soshia head. And on the set we have 2 levels of burst, and no latent power, no weakness exploit like on the other set, but instead this is a set we are using maxed out agitator, you know, because it is slightly stronger than weakness exploit if it's entirely maxed out, because it also prefs attack buff. And we're using 2 little levels of bad blood. We're ending up having 192.4 DPS with 100% uptime. But if we also include the extra DPS from the damage procs, which is around 8.52, in general it is a little bit higher. It was like, I don't know, like 9 DPS, or oh no, sorry, or like 9.6 DPS, but because of the 80% uptime I reduce it to 8.5 DPS. And you can see at the start it is pretty much exactly the same. There's only like 0.2 DPS difference when it comes to 20 or 40% uptime of resentment, with which is pretty realistic. And if entirely maxed out, this set is mathematically the strongest, doing 3 DPS more than 2-piece Udra, 2-piece leggy set. But downside is you didn't really have that quality of life skills, or if you want some other skills squeeze in the set, it's not possible because we are locked to 4 armor pieces, and didn't have a weight extender. And I also have on this 2-piece Udra leggy set evasion level 2, or if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so mathematically this is the strongest one, like I can show you here. It overlaps with the 2-piece Udra 2-piece leggy set at around 30% uptime of resentment. And after that 30%, it's going to be stronger than the other set, doing like 3 point more DPS, which is like 1 level of agitator, or yeah, 1 DPS skill, or 1.5 level. Yes, but for me personally, it isn't really worth it because you get a little bit rid of the quality of life skills. That's the comparison, and I'm now showing you the set for the second one, which is in my opinion the best one. It is recommended set. We're using Ardian, Elemental, Fire, Switch-X because of the good slottage. The infusions are always the same, like I explained in plenty videos before. You can ignore that Evade Extender 1, you can entirely ignore it because the set builder asked for a second skill, otherwise I wasn't able to include the charm, you know. And we didn't really need a weight extender level 3, to be honest. I think 2 is absolutely enough, and I've picked a Ray Sand Braces Gamma because they have a weight extender level 2, which is absolutely great. In my personal opinion, must have for Switch-X because the counters are currently not the very best ones. I already explained we have on the set Lord Soul with Leviathan's Fury, Udras Mutiny, or how it's called. Maxed out attack boost with crit boost. Like from the weapon slots, you're using 2 times attack tool, 2 times critical tool to get that relation. And Legiacrus Helm Beta, Nu Udra, Meuterei, Gamma, Ray Gloves for a weight extender, Legiacrus Coil for weakness exploit, maximum might, and also the Nu Udra socks are absolutely insane. Resentment 2 with Counter Strike, entirely max out Counter Strike without even have the use of decos or charms, and also Speed Eating 3, which is very useful, to be honest. Here you can see the decos I've used on the helm: a Chain Jewel for that 1 level of burst, 3 Furor Jewels for the resentment maxing out, Brace Jewel for flinch 3 level 1, 4 Tenderizer Jewels to max out weakness exploit, and for that 1 evasion jewel you can also pick another one. There's not too much stuff you can pick, but you can either go for a weight extender if you want to max out it, or just go for the evasion jewel. Yeah, so this is absolutely the set I can recommend for you. I maybe think I'm not going to show it you in game because I already explained it here. Okay. Please make sure to always stay updated using the spreadsheet. Like I said, you can also use the other set. You only have to just click on this link, and then you get different set pieces recommended. I recommend the Soshia pieces, like with this set. Here you also have 2 level 1 slots, so it is like Lumious Crown Beta, and the rest is Nu Udra, and then you can snipe for the usual skills. We like use almost all the same skills. Okay, that's with the video. If you have any ideas for videos or other stuff, tell me in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, see you next time, guys.